Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1799, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. What do you call a hobbyist who is particularly fascinated by trains? Railfan. What film series chronicles the life of the Corleone family? The Godfather. What term refers to floating wreckage at sea? Flotsam. What is the common name of the world's largest frog, native to Cameroon? Goliath frog. Which Roman leader is traditionally represented by the King of Diamonds in a standard deck of playing cards? Julius Caesar. Which Chinese dish's name literally translates to odds and ends? Chop suey. What do the Olympic sports cricket, rackets, croquet, and motorboating have in common? Each was contested at only one Olympic Games. Which English romantic poet wrote the line, "Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive, but to be young was very heaven"? William Wordsworth. Who portrayed Bonnie Parker opposite Warren Beatty's Clyde Barrow in the 1967 film Bonnie and Clyde? Faye Dunaway. Which band recorded the album Hysteria? Def Leppard. What was the name of Prince's backing band on his 1984 album Purple Rain? The Revolution. Which classic Hollywood Western was adapted from Akira Kurosawa's film The Seven Samurai? The Magnificent Seven. Which duo had a hit with the song Love Will Keep Us Together? Captain and Tennille. In Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, what is the name of the leader of the wolf pack? Akela. Which artist had a hit in 1981 with the song Daddy's Home? Cliff Richard. Monza and Silverstone are famous tracks in which motorsport? Formula One. Which novel contains the line, "Who promoted Major Major"? Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. In DC Comics, what is Aquaman's real name? Arthur Curry. What is the square root of the product of 12 and 12? 12. Which scale, developed by Sir Francis Beaufort in the 19th century, is used to describe wind force? Beaufort scale. Which country's legislative body is called the Knesset? Israel. By what name is the filmmaker and comedian Alan Stewart Konigsberg better known? Woody Allen. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe are collectively known by what name? Teletubbies. Through which ocean does the Gulf Stream flow? The Atlantic Ocean. What is the term for the courtyard surrounded by covered walkways commonly found in monasteries and other religious institutions? Cloister. A concertina is a simpler form of which instrument? Accordion. Which country was composer Franz Liszt from? Hungary. Which actress's epitaph reads, "She did it the hard way"? Bette Davis. Which capital city is located near the headwaters of the Bosna River? Answer: Sarajevo. What is the official currency of Qatar? Qatari rial. Which pop duo were originally called Executive before they became famous? Wham! Which philosopher founded the Academy in Athens? Plato. In which U.S. state is Grasshopper Glacier, famous for thousands of grasshoppers preserved in its ice, located? Montana. Which artist had the 1986 hit Glory of Love? Peter Cetera or Kenny Loggins? Peter Cetera. Which island nation in the Indian Ocean, located east of Madagascar and west of Australia, is renowned for its diverse flora and fauna? Mauritius. By what name is the Frankish ruler Charles the Great better known? Charlemagne. In James Cameron's 1997 film Titanic, which actor portrayed Captain Edward Smith? Bernard Hill. Which Venetian explorer is commonly, though likely inaccurately, credited with bringing the game of Go, Weiqi, from China to Europe? Marco Polo. What small implement, with archaeological evidence dating back to prehistoric times, is still used today to remove food from between the teeth? Toothpick. Which U.S. president, while serving as a county sheriff, personally carried out executions of convicted murderers? Grover Cleveland. Near which famous Venezuelan waterfall did aviator Jimmy Angel crash his plane in 1937? Angel Falls. Which is the longest English word that can be typed using only the left hand on a standard QWERTY keyboard? Stewardesses. What was the code name for the Allied invasion of North Africa during World War II? Operation Torch. Which gland produces the tears that lubricate the eye? Lacrimal gland. Caries is the medical term for decay of which part of the body? Teeth. Methacrylate resin, commonly known as acrylic, is often used to make what type of medical prosthesis? Artificial eyes, ocular prostheses. Who collaborated with John Lennon on Whatever Gets You Through the Night? Elton John. What is Mick Jagger's middle name? Philip. What is the name of the family musical group made up of brothers Alan, Wayne, Merrill, Jay, and Donnie? The Osmonds. How many top 10 hits did Lionel Richie's album Can't Slow Down produce? 5. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.